Sprint car news today for Spencer Bayston, Dominic Scelzi, and Ricky Thornton Jr. I'll also clear out the inbox and tell you what I know currently about several sprint car silly season situations. We'll also talk super late models on a really small racetrack. Let's go. It's Monday, September 8th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. A bunch of stuff to talk about today. There's sprint car and late model things, but before we do, a quick message from today's show sponsor. Today's daily show is being supported by Golden Nugget Online Casino. It didn't take long for Huff and even more Puff to become a fan favorite at Golden Nugget Online Casino. Step into the whimsical world of Huff and Even More Puff, a lively slot adventure that puts a playful spin on the classic tale of the Three Little Pigs. Build homes, dodge the big bad wolf, and spin your way towards exciting rewards. Watch for buzzsaws to unlock powerful spins and mega hats that bring even bigger possibilities. Can you outsmart the wolf and build your way to something great? Play now and find out. If you want to get in on the action, new players can get 500 total casino spins on Huff and Even More Puff, plus a first day replay up to 1,000 in casino credits when they sign up using promo code DIRTRACKR and wager just $5. That's code DIRTRACKR, DIRTRACKR, for 500 total casino spins on Huff and Even More Puff, plus a first day replay up to 1,000 in casino credits when you sign up and wager just $5. The Golden Nugget Online Casino app is safe, secure, and reliable, and you can play on any device, including your phone, tablet, or computer. Download the app today and live it up in your downtime with the Golden Nugget Online Casino. We'll start things off today with sprint car news items that are confirmed. The first is Spencer Bayston will be in the Tarlton 21 for the next two World of Outlaws weekends in California. James McFadden returned home to Australia after the Skagit Nationals, and Tanner Holmes isn't scheduled to get back into the car until early October. This was a move I first told you guys about on August 27th after Bayston ran the Works Limited car in California. That machine is obviously currently being driven for the next few weeks by Donny Schatz. We know that Bayston has been trying to piece things together since losing the Myers 14 ride after the Knoxville Nationals. Bayston has raced with Tarlton before, and this is probably an easy call for the team to make given they were needing a driver for a few weeks. After struggling for much of the 2025 season, Bayston has looked solid since the Knoxville Nationals. He was third on his prelim night and made the Nationals feature. He then went west and picked up 6 top 7 finishes in 7 starts in the W with Paul Silva. McFadden ended up winning 7 times with Tarlton. That included 6 NARC shows and the Capitani Classic. The competition level, though, will ramp up with the Outlaws in town, but we know what that Tarlton machine with crew chief Drew Warner is capable of. Looking ahead, I've been told we could see Bayston back with Paul Silva for the Trophy Cup in October. From there, it sounds like he's still on the hunt for a full-time ride for 2026. And unfortunately, his name is not one being mentioned among some of the open rides at the moment. The other driver I wanted to talk about here is Dominic Scelzi. He's currently winless in 2025, and if that holds, it'll be the first time Dom has gone an entire season without a 410 sprint car win since 2017. He's won 3 360 shows this year, but the rest of the season has been uncharacteristically down one. There were rumors before Gold Cup that the Scelzi 41 team had been completely shuttered, but the car came out for that event anyway. And then Scelzi drove a second car for Trey Starks at the Skagit Nationals. We know now that the team has fired crew chief Jimmy Carr, and Sprint Car Unlimited reported that the Scelzi 41 went to Gold Cup with help from Brent Ventura and had a Roth Motorsports owned engine under the hood. Dom told me this afternoon that he will be getting help again from Todd and Brent Ventura the next 2 weeks as he'll be back in the 41 car for the World of Outlaws shows coming up. That includes this weekend at Kern and Paris, and then the Dennis Roth Classic the following weekend at Tulare. Scelzi scoring top 10s late in 2024 at both Bakersfield and Tulare against the Outlaws. The last announced move is actually a non-wing sprint car move and involves our World 100 winner. Late last week, it was announced that Ricky Thornton Jr. will make his USAC National Sprint Car debut at Central Arizona Raceway late in October this year when the series comes through for the Western World Championships. RTJ will drive a car owned by Jerry Petty as a teammate to Kyle Cummins and RJ Johnson, those two drivers leading the USAC National points and the USAC CRA points. Thornton ran a Silver Crown car at Terre Haute earlier this year, and he's made a bunch of midget starts, including at the Chili Bowl. He's also a regular micro sprint racer, and he made 5 410 sprint car winged appearances last year, driving for Bernie Stubjen. Those came against High Limit at Lernerville and at World Finals. These non-wing starts will come after the Lucas season has ended with the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora that takes place in mid-October. So that's the stuff we know for sure is confirmed. Now let's talk about what's going on right now about several unresolved situations. I'm just going to go ahead and empty out the message inbox right now on everything that I've been hearing. We'll start first with Donny Schatz. As I said earlier, he's in California right now driving for Paul Silva and Kevin Kozlowski. That ride will take him through Tulare. What happens next, though, still not confirmed. I'd heard a rumor he was talking to Don Kreitz about the 69K, but with Darren Pittman driving that thing for the National Open, I'm not sure on that one. We talked about that possibility here last week on the show. In recent days, though, I've heard we could see Schatz back in a big game car as a teammate to David Gravel. And if you might remember, that was the original plan for the couple of weeks in the Midwest after Schatz was fired from Tony Stewart Racing after the Knoxville Nationals. That deal obviously got shelved, though, after Schatz had the first lap crash at Ogilvy in their first race together. He spent the rest of that swing in the Lundster car with support from Big Game and Houston Speedway owner Todd Quiring. Of all the things I've heard, this really sounds the most realistic right now. That team will have had some time to get that car fixed and be ready to run a second machine for Schatz when they return from being out west. As for next year, I said on the Friday bonus episode when we talked about the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. team splitting with Sheldon Hodenshield that Schatz could be a contender for that open SJM ride. I've also heard he could go to CJB for a full season run. The chatter around that possibility seems to be picking up some steam here lately. I do think CJB's future is very much up in the air right now, both for their driver situation, but also their series choice. If they flip back to the World of Outlaws, that's another franchise that could potentially be for sale on the High Limit side. Brenham Crouch has been better this year in the CJB ride out with High Limit, but even with the recent third at Port Royal, he's still only got 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s in 38 races this year. It's crazy to think about how it wasn't all that long ago that CJB was winning double-digit races a season with David Gravel in the seat and finishing top 3 in Outlaw points. Could they regain any of that magic back with Donny Schatz at this point in his career? We'll see if that ends up happening. The final team situation to keep an eye on is actually one we haven't talked about yet, one that's not really been in the rumor mill, and that's Vermeer Motorsports. This team running 2 cars this season with Kerry Madsen previously running Knoxville, plus some pick and choose stuff, and Hunter Schoenberg has been out full-time with the World of Outlaws. Madsen, we know, obviously currently finishing the season with TSR, and Schoenberg has struggled during this rookie campaign. He's now in his 3rd different crew chief, and they are outside the top 10 in Outlaw points. Garrett Williamson, Chris Windham, and Cole Macedo all running better than that team right now. Schoenberg with 1 top 5 and 13 top 10s in 54 races. I've been told it's possible that Vermeer could scale back to 1 car next year, and then it might be Madsen in the seat for the full season. There's still a lot to figure out, though, here in 2025, and I think the domino effects are just going to continue. Did you guys get a chance to see that late model race last night at Action Track USA? It was the first time the 1/5 mile Pennsylvania track had ever hosted late models, and they had the new Fall Clash series in town. The track usually hosts speedsters, micros, the occasional midget show. We've even seen USAC sprint cars there and some Northeast modified action. Just 12 super late models, though, in the field for $6,000 a win. Out front, all Trevor Feathers. He led all 60 laps, topping Mason Ziegler and Brian Bernheisel. Ziegler tried to stay with Feathers in there late, but the 72 was pretty good. Not bad first go for super late models at that little track, but I would like to see just a little bit of a fuller field. I don't know that you could start 24 cars there, but I do think you could run maybe 18. I think that's what the Short Track Super Series has done there previously. With a bit more competition, I'd be curious to see how lap traffic really played into the racing. If we get some really good kind of high-low battles going down through the field. Through 4 originally scheduled events, the Fall Clash has gotten 2 races complete. They lost the sanction from Selinsgrove, or I don't know what happened there. They either dropped it or whatever. But then Bridgeport on Saturday was rained out. They race again on September 12th at Outlaw Speedway. Ziegler leads the short series standings after 2 events. We'll shut things down right there for today. Don't forget, you can watch The Daily Show completely ad-free over at patreon.com/DIRTRACKR. That is one of the perks of the top-tier membership I have named Reserve Seating. You can sign up free as a member on Patreon, but the premium tiers do have added benefits, so check that out at patreon.com/DIRTRACKR. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.